incredible.
26 points. Great day for him. But he's had so many great days, they all kind of get lost in the shuffle.
Kevin Stander, 5'10 sophomore. He also played every minute the other day. James Pope, St. Petersburg, Florida, 6'4 senior. And Law Brown, 20 points the other day, 6'8 junior out of Chicago. Here's the starting lineup for Benedictine. Charlie Walrap, the 6'6 junior. Jonathan Anakwe, a 6-foot sophomore. John Harris Jr. had the game winner against CMU on Saturday. Brett Fisher and T.J. Stevens. Coach Ryan Moody in his second season. This club is 12-5, 4-2, and I thought he made a good point. They're just a bucket or two away from being in the same spot in the standings the Vikings are.
Yeah, there's not much that separates these two teams, and I think another good point he made, both these teams playing their third game in the last probably about 5 days. Both of them had very emotional games on Saturday, very physical games. So, you know, both these teams are going to be tired, and it's a matter tonight of who has the most mental and physical toughness that's going to come out with a W.
Well, boy, was that some game. We lost it, unfortunately, but what Ravens across the chest. The Vikings in their home grays with purple numerals trimmed in orange. MBC across the chest. And with the orange stripes on the shorts, Vikings down the side of the shorts as well.
You know, we can talk about a lot of reasons for the Vikings' success last week, but none bigger than the play of Lawrence Brown. 14 points against Central Methodist, 20 against Mid-America, 17-point average. His offense came out of nowhere.
Law Brown in the jump circle, but the tip controlled by the Ravens. John Harris Jr. with the basketball. Swings it around to the right side to Anakwe. Anakwe double team, goes baseline. High arching jump shot by Walrap, no good. Long rebound, kicks out to Brett Fisher, and they'll reset the shot clock. Anakwe drives right side, fires it into the corner. Now back out to Fisher. Fisher hooks it inside, ball knocked away, taken away by Epps. Epps fires it up court, and this one is batted out of bounds into the Benedictine bench by John Harris. Vikings ball.
Well, you know, I heard Chad Lance say it, but Charlie Walrap, he's the guy you got to stop. He's impressed me every time I've watched him play. He stands about 6'6", moves very well, can play both inside and outside. I think he's the key to their offense.
Out of Omaha, Nebraska, here is Michael Connor. Connor, top of the key. Ooh, he got away with a walk, it looked like. Now to Epps. Epps will drive baseline left side, take it all the way in. Give it off to Law Brown. Layup good. There we go again. Law Brown with his first bucket. Another assist by Jordan Epps.
Yeah, nice play by Jordan. Penetrated, found Lawrence open, and Lawrence put it in off the glass. Good start for the Vikings.
Here's Fisher, gives it out front to Harris. Now they'll work that right side to Anakwe. Anakwe, free throw line, dumps it down low, knocked away by Pope. However, it comes down to the big guy inside, T.J. Stevens at 6'7", and he knocks it down. Thank you very much. Went right to him. 2-2.
Yeah, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. He was in the right play. I'm not saying he's not good, but he was in the right place at the right time.
Standard to Law Brown, his shot inside. He tried to change that shot, alter a little bit, missed it, and the rebound pulled down by Fisher. Fisher the other way to Harris. Harris drives left side, gets Pope off his feet, doesn't pull the trigger, gives it back outside. Walrap will try a three, and he knocks it down. Charlie Walrap gives Benedictine a 5-2 lead, a minute and a half into this one.
And again, this team beat Central 51-50, literally at the buzzer on Saturday.
Here's Epps, his shot no good. Law Brown tips it, can't control it, however. Harris with the rebound. Now Harris will push it up court for the Ravens. Off to Anakwe. Anakwe at the top of the key. Keeps the dribble alive on the right side. Back out to Fisher, long three on the way. Bang! Fisher hits a long three, and it is now 8-2. A two-pointer by Stevens and a couple of triples, Walrap and Fisher, and it's quickly 8-2 Ravens. Epps, top of the key, works the right side. Off to Stander. Stander to Pope. Pope leaves it left side for Connor. Connor splits a double team, leans in from 13, won't go. Rebound, Pope, back up, too strong. Rebound on the baseline by Harris. Harris will push it up. Quickly to Anakwe. Anakwe leaves it for Fisher. Top of the key to Stevens. Back to Fisher. Fisher. Anakwe dumps it down low. Good strong move and a block by Law Brown as they gave it inside to Stevens. He tried to drive in, and Law Brown with that long right hand knocked it out of bounds.
And that wasn't Law's man. He came over from the backside. Nice defensive help that time. You know, Ken, when you play well, look how people respond. We've got a good crowd here tonight.
Good crowd tonight. Not only students, a lot of folks from the Marshall area here as well. They read about and heard about that game. If they were not here on Saturday in that inclement weather, we still had a good crowd. Here's Harris at the top of the key. Vikings in a man-to-man, 16:58 to go in the half. Harris cut off by Law Brown. Kicks it back out. Another three on the way. Walrap gets another one. You better guard that, young man. It's 11-2, a 9-point lead. Charlie Walrap, 13.5 points a game, the 6'6 junior. Wow, when he takes that jump shot, he puts those arms way up above his head, really extends them, and he knocks him down. He's got a good-looking shot.
And that shot was like a second ahead of the shot clock buzzer. And Walrap's knocked down a couple. He, like we said at the top of the show, he's a guy that can go inside, he can go outside. You got to know where he is at all times. He's a very good player.
Well, and Chad Lance not very happy during that timeout, letting Walrap get those triples.
Well, the thing you don't want to do when you got a big crowd and you're playing at home is fall behind by 9 in the first 3 minutes of the game.
You know, like their girls, they take a lot of threes going into this game. They've attempted 327 triples.
Yeah.
So they're going to shoot that ball from out there. Here's Epps. Baseline cut off there by Fisher. Back out to Pope, who hands to Connor. Connor back to Pope. James, 10-footer. Baseline, left side, got it. Pope's first two, 9.1 points a game, has his first basket, 11-4.
Boy, and James played very well on Saturday afternoon, too. I'm trying to get his totals here. I think he had 17 in that game against Mid-Am.
Harris back to Fisher, and he buries another three. That's their fourth triple. Harris drives left side, kicks it back to Fisher, and the left-hander knocks it down. It's 14-4. Now a steal by Anakwe. Anakwe takes it in on Connor, lays it up and in. And Anakwe has his first bucket. Folks, it's 16-4. Benedictine silencing this large crowd early on. We haven't even played 4 minutes.
Well, this team I haven't seen them make a mistake yet. Everything they've thrown up's gone in.
Here's Epps outside the three-point line. He drills one for a three. Jordan Epps, conference leading scorer, hits his first field goal, and it's 16-7. Now the other way, it's Harris. Off to Fisher. Baseline, Anakwe throws it away. Tried to get it to Walrap in the lane, but threw it by him right to Law Brown. Brown off to Epps. Epps right side. Gives it off to Pope. Pope to Stander. Stander left wing. Brings it back out front around Walrap. Kicks it back to the corner to Pope. He'll arch a baseline jumper. Won't go. Rebound Connor. Doesn't pull the trigger. Tries to get it out to Pope, but throws it right to Fisher, who stepped in the passing lane. Turnover.
Need to get Michael Connor going on the offensive end. He needs to be a double-digit scorer for this team.
Jimmy Thomas will check in out of the next opportunity. Harris will slow it down now a little bit. 16-7. Ravens on top. 14:59 to go. Women's game won by the Ravens. Anakwe on the right side, bumped and fouled by Pope, way out by the hash mark on the far side of the court. First foul of the game, it's on Pope. Thomas will check in for the Vikings, and let's see who's coming in. Luke Norville checks in, as well as Vequin Clark. So Clark checks in.
Well, they've got some pronunciations on this team. What's number 24? How do you pronounce that name?
Number 24, it is Sarakas is his last name.
Okay, all right. I'll take your word for it.
Yep. Here's another foul. He is out of Greece, Sarakas is, and here's another foul. And this one's going to be called on Pope. Bam, he picks up his second foul in a hurry, so he's going to leave, and Kendall Hayes will check in, and James Pope out with those two early fouls. Inbounding the ball is going to be Clark.
And those are the only two fouls in the game on either team thus far.
Clark throws it out to Anakwe. He's way out by the timeline, which, of course, that is legal. Clark back to Anakwe. Anakwe between the circles, 16-7. 14:30 to go, first half. Benedictine has jumped out to the early lead. In it comes to Walrap. Strong move, but Law Brown gets a piece of that and knocks it away to Jim Thomas.
Yeah, I think Law Brown bothered Walrap that time. Good D by Law.
Epps comes down, buries a three from the left wing. His second triple of the ball game. And it's 16-10. Vikes back within 10. Boy, he's got a good-looking shot.
That was a deep three that time, too. Nothing but net for Epps. He had 26 in that loss to Mid-Am on Saturday.
Here's a shot. Free throw line extended right, way off the mark. Rebound poked away by Hayes, and it comes to Jim Thomas. Thomas with it for the Vikings. Gives it out front for Epps. Epps guarded by Clark. Now hands it to Thomas. Thomas, top of the key. Man-to-man defense. Back into the corner. Epps, another three ball on the way. Ooh, this one just a little strong. And the rebound pulled down by Anakwe. Anakwe on the run for the Ravens. Top of the key, wall wrap. He gives it back out to Anakwe.
You were going to say walk, almost walk.
Thought he traveled with it. Now here's the pass back to underneath. Knocked away at the last moment by Epps as they try to get it into Jalen Messersmith, a 6'7" sophomore. Fast pace, 13:25 to go, first half. Clark gives it into wall wrap, back out to Anakwe. Anakwe against Epps. Back to Clark. Clark, will shake and bake move. Epps tries to knock it away. Now Anakwe drives left side, puts it up. Tough shot over Law Brown. Law Brown altered that shot, and then the ball was knocked out of bounds, and a foul is going to be called. It's on Anakwe as he went after his own rebound, his first.
You see how long Anakwe hung in the air on that last shot, like he got up there and just said, all right, you guys go ahead and jump. I'm going to wait till you start going down, and I'm going to let go of the ball.
Harris checks in. Sean Fleming comes into the game, and Brett Fisher's back in. You know, I was thinking Epps and Stander played 55 minutes. I can't hold my attention to anything for 55 minutes.
I sure can't run him down this floor for that long. You know, I mean, that game lasted. That thing started at close to 4 o'clock, and we were still playing at 7 o'clock. Close to it.
Now also checking in, T.J. Stevens is back into the game, and Steve O'Brien, the 6'5" junior. So Ryan Moody going to his bench.
That foul comes up on John Harris that time for Benedictine. That's their second team. Both teams have 2 fouls now.
Here is Epps driving in the lane, puts it up. Oh, he shot that right under the outstretched arm of one of the Ravens, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. And the foul is going to be on Harris. It quickly picks up his second foul. Epps, he has some moves now.
Well, he hangs in the air. I mean, he can do it outside. He can penetrate. He and Stander, a couple little guys, and neither one of them back down from anybody.
Epps hits the free throw. He has 7 quick points, 16-11. 5'10" freshman out of Nixa. That's in the Springfield area. Next one is good, and Epps hits both free throws. He missed one at the end of regulation the other day, and I'd say that young man thought about that, but he won't miss many of those in those situations.
Nope, he won't.
Here's Fisher. He is a true freshman. Fleming drives inside. Now Epps, we speak of him, steps in the passing lane, takes it away. Head up, gives it to Hayes. A great pass. Hayes lays it in and is fouled. Epps put that pass right through 3 defenders. Hayes made the catch, laid it in, and was fouled.
Well, and Kendall Hayes, pretty good-sized guy. He's 6'6", and he ran the floor very well that time, going full speed, had the presence to slow it down and lay it in off the glass. Chance for the three-point play. Good court run by the Vikings.
Left-hander out of Houston knocks it down. 1-point game as the Vikings on a little run here. 12:37 to go in the half. Vikes put on some token pressure. Look for the trap. Handled easily by Anakwe. Anakwe swings it around to Fleming. Back to Anakwe. Now they'll dump it down low to Stevens. Stevens back out front to Fisher. He already has a couple of triples. Anakwe with it. 15 on the shot clock. Free throw line extended area there. Back it comes to Anakwe. Starts to penetrate. Gives it back to Fisher. Long 3 off the hit of the rim. Thomas runs it down in the corner. And he gives it off to Stander, and Stander is fouled as he was kneed by Steve O'Brien on the way by.
Yeah, good presence by Kevin Stander. He knew he couldn't save the ball, so he flipped it back off O'Brien, and O'Brien didn't know where he was, turned around and committed the foul.
So, Vikings have it.
15 foul on Benedictine.
Vikings with a chance to take the lead, 12:03 to go. Hayes off to Jim Thomas. Thomas gives it back to Stander. Stander looks down low, not there. Back it comes to Thomas, around to Epps. Epps on the right wing, around a screen. Starts to drive inside. They're going to call an illegal screen on Kendall Hayes.
Kendall's first. That's a third team foul on the Vikings.
So the ball comes back to the Ravens, leading by 1, 11:50 to go in the first half. Monday night, Heart of America Conference action. Here's Anakwe to Fisher. Now left wing to O'Brien. Goes baseline to Fleming. Fleming back to Anakwe. Off to Fisher. Vikes really chasing defensively. 15 on the shot clock. Anaquay's open for three. Fires too long. Epps goes high for the rebound. He tight ropes that end line, and now he'll bring it up court. Holds up the right fist. Spin move. Crowd loves it. Gives it to Law Brown. Free throw line. Drives inside. Off the glass. Too hard, and a foul. That spin move by Epps brought him to the feet.
Oh, man, the crowd, a lot of oohs and ahs from the crowd. Like you say, a pretty good crowd on it. You know, you talk about Brett Fisher, the left-handed guard for Benedictine. Kind of reminds me of Josh Fisher. You remember him a few years ago, the left-handed guard from Harrisburg. He played for William Jewell. I remember he won a game for Jewell here one night with a jump shot at the buzzer. But this young man, a pretty good shooter, too.
Yeah, same kind of players. Let's see if Lawrence Brown can knock this down. DeLisca ready to come in. Law kind of leans to one side, misses the first free throw. Now wipes these palms on his basketball shorts.
Boy, what a lift Law has given this team the last couple games. Really played well. He's always done a good job defensively on the boards, but he's really added scoring to his repertoire the last couple of games.
Second free throw, got it. So he gets 1 out of 2, has 3 points. DeLisca will come in. And let's see, Luke Norville, a 6'2 sophomore, back in for Benedictine. The Ravens now will face some Viking pressure. 11-11 to go. First half tied at 16.
Walrap back in the game, too, for Benedictine.
Walrap will walk it up. Now Hayes comes up on him, so he just flips it off to Anaquay. Anaquay, top of the key, around a Walrap screen. Back to Fisher. Fisher hooks a pass to Stevens, top of the key. Off to Norville on the left wing. Norville around Walrap. Takes it down the middle all the way with the right hand and scores. Well, he came around that screen, and he was determined to go to the rack, and he got there, 18-16.
Well, nobody picked him up. That's what you got to do. Somebody's got to shift over and pick up that driver.
Harris gives it off to Epps. Epps drives the baseline. Fires it out to Thomas. He got stuck underneath the basket. Now Jim will set up the offense. Low pass. It goes to Hayes. He misses the shot. Rebound pulled down by Stevens. 18-16. Ravens by a bucket. 10:21 to go. Anaquay, free throw line, drives right side and puts it up, and he was fouled on the drive. He's going to say he was shooting. I don't think he's going to get that goal.
You know, really, you look at this Benedictine roster, not a lot of people that played last year, I don't think. They've got a lot of new faces out there right now, and they really look like a pretty good team.
John Harris Jr. will come back in. He's going to replace Anaquay again. They beat CMU. Walrap took a shot, and he missed it, but Harris knocked it down as the buzzer was sounding in Atchison on Saturday, so they got a thrilling win. I think it was 51-50.
And you know, there's only one senior on this entire roster.
Yeah, so he's building a good program, is Mr. Coach Moody. Out front. Give it off to Norville. Norville around a screen, goes baseline, left side in front of the Viking bench. Now hooks it down to Stevens. Stevens leans in, Law Brown with him, or rather Harris or Hayes with him, but Stevens still gets around and scores.
I think he maybe did a little bit of pushing, maybe even a couple steps there, but he gets the basket nonetheless.
He got the bucket. It makes it 20-16. Now whistling the foul away from the basket.
Norville, I think, is going to draw that foul.
So Norville picks up the foul, his first, and that is team foul number 7. So we have a 1-and-1 for Kevin Stander. Stander, the 5'10 sophomore. Now you folks in the conference, you'll get to go against Kevin Stander and Jordan Epps for several more years, and free throw is missed, goes out of bounds. Last touch by Walrap. It's going to be Viking ball. Stander missed it, and it'll be a delight for us to watch those two young men, and hopefully for some opponents, they won't have quite so much fun watching.
You know, I don't want to beat a dead horse. 1 senior, 3 juniors on this Benedictine roster. Everybody else sophomores and freshmen.
Wow. And they are up there fighting for one of the top spots in the conference. Here's Hayes, top of the key. Or rather, Hayes gets it from Thomas. Now Kendall hands it off to Michael Connor. Connor nowhere to go with it. Brings it back top of the key. Weaves to the free throw line. Back to Thomas. 19 on the shot clock. Hayes on the low block. Takes it. Gives it back to Epps. Epps spin move. Goes left side. And he puts it up from the left baseline. Missed it. Connor skies for the rebound. Puts it on the left hand. Missed it. Delesko comes back. He takes it up strong and scores. Vikings just would not be denied, and Deleska gets the bucket.
Yeah, good hustle by Lionel Deleska, and he's proving to be a pretty physical player into the bucket. Nice job that time.
Walrap skip pass back to the right side to Norville. Underneath. Give it off to Stevens. Stevens out front, back to Norville. Norville works that right side, kicks it back out. They're looking for Harris. Harris has it top of the key now. Round a screen by Walrap. Back to Norville. Shot clock at 7. as Harris has it top of the circle, guarded by Epps. Epps, he gets to the free throw line, raises for the jumper, missed it. Rebound Hayes, good defense on that possession by the Vikings. And now Epps will bring it up. 20-18. Valley trailing by 2, 8:26 to go. Deliska hands it to Epps. He'll fire up the outside. It won't go. Rebound Walrap as he crashed in the lane to take that one. Gives it off to Harris. Harris brings it up the right side for the Ravens, who lead by 2. 8:11 to go, first half. Harris around the screen by Walrap. Now gives it off to Stevens. Open for a 3. Missed it. Off to the left side. Rebound Connor. Timeout Valley. 20-18, 7:56 to go in this first half.
Well, the Vikes made a pretty good comeback. They were down by as many as, I think, 10 or 11 there early on and really fought back, and now it's anybody's game. But how many times in basketball do you see a team jump out to that early lead in the early few minutes, and things always seem to level out? And if you make a run like that at the beginning of the second half, it can be disaster. But usually that run early in the ball game, things have a way of leveling out.
And the Vikings just took their time. They were hot early, knocked down a couple of threes. In fact, they have 4 3-point field goals, 2 by Walrap, 2 by Fisher. But Jordan Epps has countered with a couple of his own, and it's a 2-point game, 20-18, 7:56 to go here in the first half. Again, want to remind you, Thursday we're right back here. It's almost like an NBA schedule, a game every other day now.
Yeah, pretty much. And then we make that long trip up to Lamoni Saturday. If you're looking ahead next week, I think it's another long trip, a week from Thursday up to Culver Stockton, then back here the following Saturday against Baker.
And we did not see the Baker game at Baker. We were doing a National Football semifinal game that day, and our both teams lost at Baker. We did not make that trip out there, so they'll be here a week from Saturday. But the Alumni Social is this Thursday during the Avila games, so come out and join us.
And the food's always good. That's one night
great.
I always enjoy, and like I say, I'll let you talk. I'll just eat as much as I can.
Get here early, and I'll stay late. Here's Thomas underneath the Pope, wide open. Oh, missed the layup, but goaltending's going to be called. They worked Pope off a screen. He was wide open.
That's the old pick and roll play, and I mean the Vikings ran it to perfection that time.
Messersmith blocked it, but he also slapped it off the backboard, so a goaltending call. We're tied at 20, 7:44 left in the first half. Norville working against Thomas. Boy, Thomas getting right in his grill. Swings it back to Walrap. Walrap travels as he tries to get around Jim Pope. So good job by Pope defensively. Walrap with a walk, and now the Vikings can take the lead on this possession after, remember, trailing 11-2 early in this game.
Yeah, tied at 20 right now, so anybody's game as the Vikes have clawed back in this thing. One possession at a time, and that's the way you come back.
Here's Epps, takes it left side, pushes the pass down low to Law Brown. Law spins to the lane, baseline. It's blocked. A nice job by Messersmith to block that one, and it comes to Norville. Norville quickly ahead to Harris. Harris gives it out top to Walrap. Walrap to Norville. They move that ball on the perimeter very nicely. Fisher to Harris. Back it comes to Norville. He'll try a 3. It's too long. Rebound Walrap, however. Takes it right back in the lane. Leans in, puts it up. Won't go. Offensive foul. He knocked Pope to the floor.
Yeah, good job by James Pope that time. James playing doing that with 2 fouls. Stepped right into the path of Walrap and picks up the offensive foul. So that's Walrap's, I believe that's his first foul.
Ryan Moody with his hands folded behind his suit jacket is talking to the officials very calmly about that call.
Nick Diotta checks into the Viking lineup. Again, Nick is a 6'8 junior out of Senegal, Africa.
And Nick had a couple of big buckets in that game on Saturday.
He's that big body that we need in there if he can get his offensive game in shape.
6:57 to go in the half, tied at 20 as Epps brings it across the timeline. Starts to work the right side. Man-to-man defense by the Ravens. Connor has it in front of the Raven bench, now throws it underneath, trying to get it to Law Brown, and it is tipped out of bounds by Anaquay. So the Vikings will inbound. They do not reset the shot clock. 19 seconds on the shot clock. As Epps to trigger it in. Gets it into Thomas in the corner. Have to keep an eye on that shot clock down to 16. Thomas brings it out to the right hash mark. Now drives right side. Stops the left-handed jumper. Rattles it home. Jim Thomas has his first bucket. Vikes back out on front. 22-20.
And Jim created that shot all by himself off the dribble. That was a nice one-on-one move.
Now here come the Ravens, 6:19 to go. John Harris, top of the key around screen by Messersmith, gets it back to him, and he'll lay it in. There you go. There's your little pick and roll again, and it works this time for the Ravens.
That's the oldest play in basketball, but if you run it right, it still works every time.
NBA, they use it a lot. Out front, Jim Thomas. Carl Malone and John Stockton made Hall of Fame careers out of it.
Yeah, they did. Both of them did.
Hall of Famers because of that play. Law Brown spins in the lane, and they're going to say carry the basketball. Boy, it looked like a pretty good move to me. Yeah, he had to dribble it high. He's tall, 6'8", but tried a little spin move. I like the move, but carried the basketball. So.
Well, you know, you talk about basketball. You used to be in college basketball, a lot of motion away from the ball. You still see that, but now a lot of big men coming out to set picks for the guard. You see that more and more.
And coming out and guarding out the top of the key. Used to just be stay in that lane, but now they come all the way out.
They do.
As they're doing right now. Here's Harris. Gives it back out to Stevens. Now to Anakwe. Back to Stevens, top of the key to Harris. Harris, Anakwe, right wing. Go baseline to Harris. Skip it back out. Driving the baseline, not there, is Sean Fleming. He threw it out of bounds, trying to get it to Stevens. Good hustle by the Vikings on that baseline. Now Stander's going to check back in. 5:21 to go, tied at 22. Vikings now averaging 70 points a game after that 109-point outburst on Saturday.
We talked earlier. They've been giving up almost 89, almost 87, almost 90 points a game. Had a great defensive game against Central Methodist, held them to 70, and then gave up 111 the other night. But look, that's in 3 overtimes, folks.
They're giving up 76 a game, scoring 70. Benedictine, a low-scoring team. Their game, what was it, 51-50 against CMU?
Yeah,
they only score 64 a game, but they only give up 60.
Yeah, they play a well-controlled game.
Here's Connor. Moves to the free throw line, has the ball poked away by Anakwe. Taken by Harris, behind the back with the dribble, takes it all the way in the lane. Soft layup, no good. Brown crashes, can't come up with it. Anakwe sneaks out of there with it.
Anakwe's got some spring in those legs, I tell you.
Gives it off to Harris. Back baseline to Fleming. As they really move that ball on the perimeter. Anakwe drives baseline. Ball knocked away maybe by Diotta. It'll still belong to the Ravens with 12 on the shot clock, 4:47 to go as Kendall Hayes back in. He's going to replace Diotta. Low scoring first half, 4:47 left. 12 seconds on the shot clock. The ball was knocked out. It should still belong to the Ravens, but they should not reset the shot clock.
You know, Benedictine really doesn't look like they like to run all that much. Looks like they're more of a half-court team, and now they're having
Ryan Moody's saying that John Harris took a shot. And I don't remember him taking a shot. He tried to pass it on the baseline. 4:47 to go. They have 12 seconds on the shot clock right now as the discussion continues here. Now both teams are going to come to their respective benches as they talk about this. 4:47 to go. Don't ask me. I don't know.
I don't know.
You ask me, I'll say I don't know.
No, I don't know. I don't care.
Don't care. Don't know. I'm just going to talk.
That's right.
I'll let you know what they've decided to do.
It's not our role to decide what happens. We just
tell you about
what happened.
Yeah, there's no way we can tell you about it. Well, let's see if Coach Moody won his argument. If they're going to get a fresh 30 on the shot clock. Nope. They're going to keep it at 12.
We're playing at home.
So Harris will inbound the ball. Oh, man, he gets into Messersmith. Vikings didn't protect that. Misses his first one, gets it back, missed it again, but Stevens there tips it in. 1, 2, 3 cracks at it, and finally Stevens got it to go down.
Well, Stevens and Messersmith both on the boards right there. Stevens is 6'7", Messersmith the same height, and they just had their way that time.
Now Stander from the corner of the bench by the Ravens knocks down a triple, and it's 25-24 Vikings. His first basket, the three-point variety. Give it back out front to Anakwe. Anakwe driving that right side around a screen by Stevens. Look to give it to him. Keeps the dribble alive. Goes to a knee, but continuing to dribble the basketball. Fleming now free throw line. His soft jumper is good. And Sean Fleming has his first field goal. Back and forth we go. 26-25 Ravens.
Well, you know, it's funny. Benedictine hit those 4 threes in the first 3 minutes of the game, and they haven't hit one since.
Standard. Good hustle on that errant pass to pick it up by the hash mark by the Raven bench, top of the key, Kevin has it. Gives it off to Epps. Epps gonna fire a long three. Ooh, too strong. Rebound Stander. Stander takes it left side. He'll say, let me try one. It won't go. Law Brown fights for the rebound, but it comes down to the Ravens. Grabbed by Stevens. 26-25 Ravens. They've got the ball. 3.5 to go, first half.
Well, those big guys get up high, don't they?
They do. Here's Harris down the middle. Kicks it into the corner. Anakwe had the wide open three, but he drives baseline, stops, puts up about a 12-foot floater, knocks it down. That's his second field goal. 28-25 Ravens, winding down to the 3-minute mark of the half.
Great touch that time by Jonathan Anakwe on that shot. He's a sophomore out of Shawnee, Kansas.
Three-pointer, bang, and he ties the game. His third triple of the night,
wow.
And he now has 11.
What a player he is.
Whew, a freshman. 28 all, 2:57 to go in the first half.
And I think he's got unlimited range as a shooter.
Now here's Anakwe, free throw line, fakes the shot, kicks it out to Fleming, right side. Fleming brings it back to free throw line, has the shot blocked by Cotter, picked up by Hayes, but now he throws it away. Harris has it. Now Law Brown goes for the loose ball. They give it into Stevens, and he's fouled by Hayes on the way up. Hayes grabbed it and just was going to turn and throw for the fast break. He didn't see Harris in his passing lane. He took it away. Now 2 shots coming here for Stevens.
Has the game of basketball speeded up a little bit since you played?
Yeah, just about a 200%.
Yeah, I agree. Same way with me.
You used to get it, and if there was a fast break wasn't a 3-on-2, you slowed it down. Here's the free throw. It's off the heel of the rim. No good. I mean, you had to have a legit 3-on-2 or 2-on-1 if you were going to run a fast break years ago. Stevens misses the first free throw. He'll have another one. 28-28 all.
He's got 6 points in the game. Vikings, it's all tied up.
2:37 to go. Next one by Stevens. On the way. Got it. So he gets 1 out of 2. And let's see who comes. Clark, I think, comes back into the lineup. Dequan Clark. Jim Thomas with it against DeLiska. Clark putting on a little bit of pressure in the backcourt as the Vikings take their time. They've got to hurry now to get it across. Epps will have to get across that timeline. Ooh, he walks across with about a half a second to spare on the 10-second count. 29-28, 2:22 to go. Here's Epps, bounces back outside, knocked away, picks it back up. Fires a pass to Leska, walked with it.
Yeah, and I think he did. I think he shoveled his feet, tried to get that quick step to make the move to the bucket and move both feet and still had the ball.
28-29, the 29 belonging to the guys in red, the Ravens. 2:14 to go, first half. Clark looks over at his coach, Ryan Moody, as he brings it across the timeline. They're going to work it to the right side now to Fleming. Fleming holds it, 20 on the shot clock, now under 2 minutes to go in a quick first half. Here's Fleming off to Clark. Tries to go baseline. Nice job by the Vikings to cut that off. DeLiska would not let him have that baseline. Back out with 9 seconds to go. Fleming around the screen, takes it strong. Now gives off to Fisher, backs away, left-handed three, rolls off, no good. Wall wrap, rebounds, puts it up, blocked by Law Brown. It comes out, back to wall wrap. Good block by Brown, his second block of the ball game. A minute 30 to go now as Clark, they'll reset the offense. 29-28 Ravens, he'll hold the basketball. 17 on the shot clock, 1:22 to go in this first half. Now Clark starts to work left side, back out to wall wrap. Wall wrap hands it into the corner to Fisher. Back out to Fleming. Fleming top of the key.
4 on the shot clock.
1, 2, 1. Wall wrap lets one fly, and it hits the rim, misses the shot. Rebound, Law Brown. Great defense. A minute to go.
Yeah, good D by the Vikes that time. They made Benedictine run that shot clock all the way down. They didn't get the shot they wanted at the end.
Now here's Epps. Gives it off to Lawrence Brown. Looks in for DeLiska. Not there. Stander on the right wing. Down to 47 seconds. 18 on the shot clock. As Stander gives it off to Epps. Epps with 11 points here in the first half. Working against Fleming. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Here comes Epps down the middle. Teardrop in the lane. Flips it up to the left hand. Lost the ball. And now here's a long pass from Fisher. Gets it down and he loses control as Fleming is ridden hard to the floor. No foul is called. Now the Vikings have worked for the last shot.
Yeah, Fleming down to the floor again. He's doing everything he can to get a call, isn't he?
He tried to grab Epps. Epps now with 14 seconds to go. Shot clock is off, 29-28. Here's Epps.
Epps says, you can't grab me, I'm too quick.
Epps goes to the free throw line, has this shot blocked, picked up by Brown. Back to Epps, 3 on the way, too strong. Tipped by Deleska, no good. Tipped again, no good. Ball still loose, finally grabbed by Fleming, and we're at the break. What an exciting first half.
Fast and furious.
29-28, Benedictine with the lead, and I don't care, there wasn't a lot of scoring that first half, but boy, was there a lot of action there. 29-28, both teams really battling.
Well, you know, and the Vikings really did not lead very much in that first half, but they stayed right around there. They stayed within a couple, but they got behind early. Then it's a 1 or 2 two-point game the rest of the half. So this is anybody's game all the way.
We'll be back. Get them on.
Location.
My backyard.
Oh, your backyard. Try telling a bear that.
I did, and this bear talked back.
Talking bear, that